What's up, my mutable signs, Pisces, Sag, Geminis, and Virgos? Welcome to your monthly forecast reading when it pertains to the month of November, y'all, okay? We have 1 month left, and then we are out of 2025, baby, okay? Because this year has been one for the books, baby, okay? Mutable signs, of course, November is going to be a month that's going to really be trying for us because this is where we have the last Mercury retrograde, all right? And Mercury retrograde is going to be in the sign of Sagittarius. So y'all already know when it's in a mutable sign, it's going to affect all of the other mutable signs. So Pisces, Geminis, and Virgos as well, okay? So this is going to be a time to where whenever Mercury retrograde come around, this is the time to where we have to bring out the R's, okay? Reevaluating, reassessing, releasing, renewing, reminding, reconnecting, restarting, rehealing. So there's going to be a lot of re's that's going to be happening around us when it pertains to the particular areas where life is telling us where we need to, you know, basically get the shit together that we already have going on within us, okay? Before we bring in new energy, before we start new things, before we push ourselves into new territory and new ideas and new goals, let's work on what we have established for ourselves right now, and let's focus on how we need to clean up house, basically, okay? How we need to clean up house, whether it's house within yourself and your mental health and your physical energy and your routines, or is it your outer world when it pertains to your relationships and your goals and your visions and friendships. So this is going to be a month, mutable signs, to where we have some work to do, and there's going to be like a lot of wake-up calls being centered around us, showing us where we need to do better, prosper better. And with this Mercury retrograde being in Sagittarius, you know, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is all about expansion, wisdom, the bigger vision, optimism. So this Mercury retrograde is really touching on a lot of things for us mutable signs to let us know, like, what is the bigger picture? Where is it that you see yourself? What is it that you're working towards, okay? What plans or goals are you getting together to really focus for your future self, or what you're working on for your future self, basically? Or even what goals and plans are you getting together for 2026? So this retrograde is going to show us where we need to start looking towards the bigger picture when it pertains to where we see ourselves, and stop lollygagging and waiting around or procrastinating, and let's actually start doing the work and get into where we need to get to, okay? So mutable signs, let's tap into this energy for November, all right? Let's start off with the lessons that we will be going through, okay? First things first, perseverance. All right, this one says, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So perseverance is going to be happening for us in the month of November. We also got the energy of doubt. Okay, having to work on doubt, releasing doubt, and not allowing doubt to get in our way when it pertains to what we're being asked to craft or pursue or go after right now, okay? We also did get freedom. All right, so there may be some things that you could be freeing yourself from. There may be some things that you're trying to release that you no longer want to hold on to. All right, so that's one of the R words. Like I said, releasing and renewing. And I really feel like with the energy of freedom, this is a time to where we need to either embrace more freedom in our life, have the freedom to do what we want, have the freedom to remove ourselves from certain places or situations that just no longer align with us. And that's what November is going to like really wake up in you, okay? You also did get the energy of guilt. Okay, I release any beliefs or any guilt that no longer assists with my growth. Okay, you also got self-esteem. This is going to be a month where we need to really work on our self-esteem, okay? Also trusting yourself and trusting your decisions, embracing more trust in your journey and process, and not being so indecisive, having to really work on indecision. This is why this card came out. And then also lastly, failure. Having to find ways to basically embrace failure and not allow failure to kind of stop us or hinder us, but just remind us that we need to just reevaluate and then restart again, basically, okay? So that's what this energy is giving for my mutable signs for the month of November, okay? So first things first, mutable signs. I do feel like when it pertains to the month of November, this month is going to really show us where we need to start fighting for ourselves, but also start moving with the process, with the journey, and with our goals, okay? So the first card that did come out was the Five of Swords, okay? So early November, it may start off with a little conflict, okay? Whether it's ego issues, miscommunication, of course, with Mercury retrograde, that's just naturally what happens, okay? This is the time to where you need to really make sure that you are protecting yourself, but also keeping yourself in trusted environments, spaces, friendships, communities, habits, because with the Five of Swords coming out, early November may kind of feel like you are having to fight, or feeling like you're reaching your breaking point, or kind of just feeling a little tired, okay? Feeling like this energy to where maybe you are even self-sabotaging yourself. So this is one of the reasons why I feel like also the Three of Swords came out. You know, there may be some tension when it pertains to emotional wounds, heartbreak, betrayal, sadness, pain, depression, whether this is something of yourself, maybe you're betraying yourself, you're self-sabotaging yourself, or maybe this is like a breakup that you're going through, or maybe something that you're trying to overcome, or maybe there could have been a death that you're still grieving. So with the Three of Swords coming out, I really feel like the beginning of November is kind of giving this sort of energy of like, how am I needing to emotionally take care of myself? How am I needing to kind of really protect myself from whatever conflict and battles that I may be being faced with right now, or going through, or kind of just having issues with in this moment, okay? November is going to really show you where you need to also take care of your health. So doing some heart chakra exercises, or just simply taking care of your heart chakra is going to be very important. And also utilizing working on your throat chakra as well, okay? I also did get the Three of Wands in reverse. So, you know, progress may feel a little blocked at the beginning of November, okay? It may kind of feel a little like stagnant. And when I say the beginning of November, that's like the first all the way to like the 15th, okay? Or maybe towards like the 12th. So with the Three of Wands coming out, this is a time to where you need to start looking at the bigger picture of things, okay? Plans may not be moving as you expected. There may be some more delays that may be happening for you, but that does not mean that you need to stop. Once again, this is a time to just figure out how can you reroute, how can you replan, and how can you restructure. And that's exactly why the Two of Wands came out as well, mutable signs, okay? This is going to be a time, this is going to be a month to where you need to rethink your future. This is a time, this is going to be a month to where you need to start embracing better choices for your vision and where you see yourself. So with the Two of Wands, don't be afraid to explore, try new territories, move somewhere new, embark on new chapters, new journeys, new jobs, new friendships. You need to put yourself out there when it pertains to how you are really deciding your next steps, your next journey, okay? Not keeping yourself stuck in a stagnant state, all right? This is one of the reasons why the Chemist came out for y'all, because this card is just the whole November for us. Craving something new, adjustments are happening. We are going to be in adjusting season. This is going to be an adjusting month for us. Like I said, especially with Mercury retrograde being here, okay? That's all we're going to be doing. Adjusting our vision, adjusting our relationships, adjusting our health, our emotions, our feelings, our plans. So if you have been craving something new, or if you have been craving to maybe even release yourself from something, the adjustments are basically being asked to like, hey, let's get this adjusting happening, or the universe is already going to be doing it for you, okay, if you be taking too long, all right? So this is a time to where you are being asked to really make sure that just because things may be a little cloudy at the beginning of the month of November for us, okay, and I say us because I'm a mutable sign, okay, I'm a Pisces just like y'all, okay, with a Sag moon, so I am mutable down. So this one is like, step out of your own way and just have patience. Just step out of your own way and have patience. Just because things are not as clear as you want it to be, or you just feel a little more foggy, a little more confused, things will eventually start clearing up. With the Three of Pentacles coming out, mutable signs, I really want you to make sure that you have a great support system, great team around you, or people, friendships, family members, or even a great lover, a great spouse, because collaboration and help is going to like really help you when it pertains to being rebuilt, okay, or when it pertains to supporting your dreams or supporting your vision, okay? Even with the Three of Pentacles coming out, this can maybe even represent some of y'all may want to like, maybe some of y'all need to like learn something new, like learn a new hobby, learn a new skills, learn something that can also help you embrace bringing in some more income as well for the month of November, okay? Some of y'all may be stepping into a new job with the Three of Pentacles, because this card is about teamwork and building and working hard. So some of y'all could be stepping into a new job, or like getting a new side hustle. Maybe somebody could be putting you on by word of mouth, by, you know, making connections and networking. So that's what this energy is giving right now, mutable signs for November. Knight of Swords, like I said, there could be some bold truths that's being spoken in the month of November. Somebody could be coming in with some communication or some help. You could be making a lot of fast decisions also with the Knight of Swords coming out in the month of November. So there's like a lot of big changes, but I see like a lot of big opportunities that I see happening for y'all. Once you learn how to be a little more direct, be more honest, be more truthful when it pertains to where you need to ask for help, or where you need to start showing up better for yourself and your goals and your routine and your skills right now, okay? So with the Eight of Wands coming out, I really want y'all to just really make sure also that just because, like I said, things are not moving as fast as you wanted to, that you are not moving at all, okay? So there still may be some delays. There still may be some things that may be a little stalled. There still may be some mixed signals that you may get in the month of November, especially maybe the beginning, some frustration. But that does not mean stop. That does not mean give up. That does not mean, you know, you're doing something wrong, okay? Even with the Six of Wands coming out in reverse, okay? The Six of Wands is all about success and victory. But in reverse, it could represent maybe you're feeling like you're not as successful, or you're feeling like you're being overlooked or unappreciated, okay? And your confidence may kind of take a little dip. So that's why I said you need to really work on your self-esteem for the month of November, because energy is going to really test you, the delays, the setbacks, but that is what Mercury retrograde does. It shows us where we need to kind of take a break, slow down, be patient with ourselves, because we are still adjusting. And sometimes things take a little more while or a little more longer to adjust than what we imagine or what we would like for it to, how long it basically would take. So we have to just be patient with the process, be patient with ourselves, and just continue to keep doing the best that we can. Even with the Queen of Pentacles coming out in reverse, okay? Self-care is unnecessary. Stressed around finances, stressed around the home, stressed around, friends or whatever, you need to find ways to not stress and just pour back into yourself and honor yourself. Self-care is going to be a must for you, okay? And that's also why the Four of Pentacles came out as well. Okay, stop holding on so tight to, grudges or anger or fear, and stop guarding yourself. This is the time to keep yourself open, okay? But with the Four of Pentacles coming out, this is a time to where you need to make sure that you have a great budget and a great managed schedule or, skill set when it pertains to how you are handling your money, though, okay? Money could be a little tight for some of y'all, but I don't see money being like a major problem for my mutable signs in November. I do see some money coming in for y'all. I do see some sort of like renewal or restoration with money. Like I said, new job, new hobbies, making a bag on something, like getting a lot of clients or making a lot of sales in some way, some form of fashion. So now moving into the middle of November, this is why the Star card came out. All right, that's why I feel like your faith, your spiritual alignment, healing, renewal is going to be restored. It's going to be, brought. And I just really feel like this is a reminder to like, hey, you are on the right path. You're still doing what you need to do. Don't give up on yourself, okay? Maintain that faith, maintain that hope, because I do feel like by the time mid-November come, and maybe even when Mercury retrograde moves out of Sagittarius and moves into Scorpio, that's when things may be a little more better for mutable signs, okay? Energy can pick up a little better, all right? That's why the Queen of Wands came out next. Confidence and charisma will reignite. Stepping back into your power, stepping back into your courage, and remembering who the fuck you are, okay? Great. Also time to work on your sacral chakra, and that's also why the Seven of Pentacles came out. Okay, patience, okay, but slow but steady growth is happening once you plant the seeds and you continue to keep investing. The Seven of Pentacles is all about investing, okay? No matter how long it takes, continue to keep investing into yourself, into your goals, into your vision, into your love life, into your friends, whatever you are manifesting for yourself, continue to keep investing into that, okay? That's also why the Four of Cups came out as well. All right, right now this is going to be a time to where don't sit in anger, don't sit in frustration, don't sit in stubbornness, okay? Continue to keep seeing yourself, opening up. Continue to keep yourself open towards new opportunities and new blessings that's trying to come in for you, okay? This is a time to where even if you may not be feeling like you're seeing the blessings or maybe feeling exhausted, this is the time to where you don't need to cloud your perspective. You don't need to cloud your judgment right now. If you are feeling like that with the Hangman, find time to pause. Find time for a realignment. Find time to surrender, to shift your perspective so you can start looking at things in a different light, in a different way, so you know how to move differently. Okay, so with the Six of Swords coming out in reverse, by the time the end of November come around, this is going to be a time to where we're going to be transitioning a lot into new things, away from new things, into new things, away from old things, away from cycles and people and places that just no longer serve us. So we are going to feel a little more pushed towards the end of November to be like, keep going. Get yourself out of your comfort zone. You're doing what you need to do. Just stop getting, delayed or, set back due to doubt. And that's why the Five of Pentacles came out in reverse. The Five of Pentacles represent a person that's financially struggling, or they just feel mentally or emotionally broke and weak. But in reverse, it's now this energy to where things are going to start improving for my mutable signs, okay? You're no longer going to feel unsupported or abandoned or weak. Now energy is starting to pick up, all right? And that's exactly why the Three of Cups came out last. Because by the end of the month, I could see some more celebrations, friendship reunions, laughter, going out, having fun, community. Of course, by the end of the month, it's going to be Thanksgiving. So this is also why the Three of Cups came out as well, because I could see you connecting with friends or having fun or just bringing some sort of celebrations or festivities. That's what you need to make sure that you're attending or going to, or just having fun, or maybe even planning to keep yourself in an uplifted, good spirit, mutable signs. Okay, so like I said, I feel like this month is going to be good for my mutable signs. It's going to just be a journey, though. It's going to be a journey of just maintaining discipline and persevering through the cloudiness and the fog and the confusion until things start clearing up. Okay, so what I want y'all to do to make sure that what y'all are surrendering to, surrender to defensiveness. Okay, this one says defensiveness is a sign of weakness. Make sure that you're finding better ways to communicate without being so defensive. Okay, especially if you're being called out about something when it pertains to where you need to improve yourself. Like I said, this is Mercury retrograde. This is all about where we need to improve with what we have and what we do before we try to bring in and do new things. Okay, before you step into that new opportunity, that new job, that new friendship, that new relationship, let's rework and reevaluate and reassess how we need to make sure that we're being the best self or showing up as our best self, making sure that we're showing up as the most healed version of ourselves. So that's not a time to be being defensive and closed-minded. It's a time to make sure that you're reevaluating yourself, and especially with Mercury representing of the brain, reevaluating your brain and how you process things and how you express yourself or even what you tell yourself, okay? Surrender to any procrastination. Okay, this one says now is the time to jump on whatever goals that you have instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. Now, of course, when we are in Mercury retrograde, y'all, this is not the best time to start anything. Okay, this is a time to reevaluate with what you already have. So say if you have a business already and you know that you need to kind of change up some things so you can bring in some more money, reevaluate your business. Maybe change up your website, change up your name, maybe do something different, maybe market something in a different way that you probably never did before. Instead of maybe bringing in some new products, bringing in some new things, let's focus on what we need to reevaluate with what we already have and make space for how we can level up or market it better or refresh it, restart it in a different way. Okay, surrender to any addictions for the month of November, mutable signs. All right, whether you're addicted to substances, alcohol, food, people, sex, overworking, take action to begin to heal any addictions and replace it with healthier alternatives, or just maybe fasting or taking a break from it. Surrender to your attachment and results. Stop putting a time limit on everything. Go with the flow and allow the universe to bring in the energy, the blessing when it needs to happen. Stop feeling like, oh my God, because I don't see it happening, it's never going to come. Surrender to your full power, mutable signs. All right, this one says your life is calling for you to step into your full power. Stop playing it small. And then lastly, surrender to any unhealthy relationships. Okay, stop holding on to unhealthy relationships with food, people, sex, romantic partners, family members, friendships. Let go. Okay, so going into your spiritual oracle rights, mutable signs, the seer, you are going to be seeing things clearly in the month of November. So pay attention to your dreams, angel numbers, spiritual downloads, gut feelings. Okay, take the inspired action. Okay, whatever that inspired action that you need right now for yourself in the month of November, connect with your higher self and keep yourself aligned with your higher self by making sure that you're keeping yourself committed towards the spiritual practices that you need to do and not losing yourself with the chaos of the world, basically. Okay, and your loved ones in spirit is surrounding you, showing you where you need to break free from old patterns and limitations. And then lastly, going into your angel number card advice, mutable signs. Y'all got 0220. Act on your idea. You have the benefit of a good fortune, and if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything. You can reach new heights, but you need to learn how to act on your potential when you see this pattern, and things can be able to grow for you. So 0220 could be like a confirmation if you've been seeing it on a clock, license plate, maybe something on your watch or whatever. So this could be like an angel number that you can see often in November, or what you may already could be seeing now that can kind of reaffirm. You got 1011. Take action. This is a call to take action to move forward. The sooner you get going, the sooner you will accomplish what you are set out to do. Those with patience will reap the rewards of their perseverance. Okay, 777. This one says good luck. This message is most likely to reach you during an intense uncertainty, basically a certain time. You'll come out winning from everything that you have come your way. It is also a sign that you have much life experience and wisdom to share. So use your enthusiasm to make sure that you're getting your message, your ideas, and your talents across to get you to where you need to be. Okay, 0550. Get some fresh air, call on some friends, and take a look around. There is so much natural beauty waiting to be discovered. Either you will soon become involved in an exciting new project, or you will go out on a date. So it's time to put your charisma to use, professionally, romantically, or maybe emotionally, okay? 1313, starting fresh. Step out of your comfort zone. You are about to create something meaningful. 1313. 1515, an opportunity, help, extra cash, or support is on its way to help you when it pertains to growing. And then lastly, 1616, readjustments. Okay, you are about to level up, so this is the time to where you need to make space for new romantic and platonic friendships and relationships to come in, because this is going to be your chance to renew and begin again when it pertains to life. Okay, so November is going to be such a beautiful month for my mutable signs, but it's also going to be a very trying month, showing us where we need to readjust, realign, and reassess, so we can bring in all of the abundance that's for us, and we can let go of this mess. Okay, mutable signs, thank y'all so much for tuning into your monthly forecast reading. I hope I gave y'all much insight and much clarity, and I will see y'all asses when next month. Okay, bye y'all.